Hi guys, welcome to Linux YouTube channel. My name is Ram Mishra and I'm your online instructor. So what's in this video? In this video I will tell you how to work with DixQuota utility in RHEL 8. So guys, let's begin the topic. But before start the lab session, we have to understand few points, which is what is DixQuota and their use cases. So for the demonstration purpose, I have a lab scenario for you. Please look at that. Guys, this is my DixQuota lab setup environment. So the first question come in our mind is, what is DixQuota? So DixQuota is a limit that sets the maximum storage space available for each user or group in the Linux system. Setting up such as a limit prevents user from filling the entire file system in multi-user environment and disadvantaging other users in the system. A quota provides limit disk space for each user and group. So it is a kind of restriction where we can restrict a particular user to access the disk space. So we have different types of quota available in the Linux file system. We have two types of DixQuota available. First one is a Dix, or we known as block quota. So this quota limits the amount of disk space that we can use. Suppose we have 100 GB of hard drive, so we can put up only 10 GB or 20 GB or 50 GB for particular user or particular group. Similarly, we have a second one, which is file quota, or someone says inode quota. So file quota or inode quota, that limits the number of files and directories that can be created. So we can set a particular limit that we can only access 100 maximum number of files or 200 maximum number of files. So this is the quota we have available in the Linux file system. So let's begin the lab session and assign the quota feature in newly created Linux partition. Okay. So guys, this is my Linux terminal, and currently I'm using RHEL 8. Even if I have another command to show you that, if I open another terminal, etc red hat release, see currently I'm using RHEL 8.0. okay. So for quota demonstration, we have to follow up the few steps. Step number 1 is make a new Linux partition and assign the XFS file system. So for partition creation, I use a parted command, and for assigning the file system, I use mkfs command. So let's see how I'm going to do that. Okay, so first of all, list the current partition table in this machine. So for this, I run the command parted-l for listing. So it shows me that currently I have a 26.8 GB hard drive, which shows in Dev as DA, and currently we have three partition number 1, 2 and 3. Okay, now second point is, let's check the available free space on my hard drive so that I can create a new partition. So for this, I run the command parted and go with Dev as DA, select my hard drive, and first of all, let's see the free space available on hard drive. So I run the command print free, go with unit and say GB. GB is good for me, gigabit. So when I press enter, it shows me approx 3.1. look at that, approx 3.1 GB is available in my hand, so I can make a new partition. Okay, so for making a new partition, let's run the command parted, again go with Dev as DA, run the command mkpart, make partition, primary partition, I go with the primary partition. Starting point size is 23.5 GB and ending is 26.8. I used all space. Okay, and okay, that's good. Press enter, let's see what happened. Yeah, partition is successfully created. So we have to update the partition table. So for this, we have the command udev settle. Okay, now I have successfully create a new partition. So let's verify our new partition. We have a command lsblk-p for printout. So it shows me that I have a recently new partition, that is Dev as DA4. It is approx 3.1 GB I have successfully created. Okay, now our next point is assign the XFS file system to this newly created file system. So for this, I run the command mkfs dot XFS, because it's a RHEL 8.0, so I'm using XFS file system. Otherwise you can go with ext3, ext4, whatever, so as per need of the organization. So I go with mkfs.xfs and the partition name dev sda4. When I press enter, it formatted. Okay, so let's verify the formatted partition entry. So again, I go with lsblk-p and f for the file system. So here it is. So here I have a partition name dev sd4, file system type is XFS, and I got the UUID. So this is important for me, so I just copy and paste. So it is used for the further purpose when I am trying to mount this partition. So we have successfully completed our first step. Now move to the second step. Second step is make a mount point and permanently mount this file system with quota feature. So for the mounting purpose, firstly we have to create a mount point. So I make a directory, name could be anything. In my case I'm using /test, and for permanent mount we have to use vi etc step file step table. So this is used for the statically mounting. So I open this file and go to the bottom, put up the entry UUID, paste it, give the mount point, in my case that is test, assign the file system, in my case XFS, go with defaults. Now because I'm using this partition for the user quota or group quota for the quota feature, so I have the option I can mention USRQUOTA, because your partition should be for mounted with the quota utility also. So I go with user quota if you want to implement for user quota. If you want to go with the group quota, you can go with GRPQUOTA. Even RHEL 8 we have one more, that is project quota, so you can go comma project quota, but I'm not mentioning here because I am focused only user quota here. So I said user quota and group quota, and rest of the things are same. Save and quit from there. Okay, now run the mount command. Great. So this time let's verify our partition mounted with quota feature or not. So how can I do that? I say mount file grep and the mount point, that is test. Look at that, our partition is mounted with the quota feature, that is user quota and group quota. So this task has been successfully completed. Okay, now move to the step number 3, that is let's verify the quota status. So verifying the quota status, we have the option, we can go with rep quota, report quota -v verbosity mode, and go with test. Test is the mount point. So let's see report quota. So it's currently shows me that quota is my on, and it's a working on my /test mounted directory. If you want to off the particular quota, you have the option quota off feature. You can off it simply. Let's see, it's off. And if you want to enable it or on it, so you have the option quota on. Okay, so let's see, it's on. So this is how you can verify the quota status. Okay, now move to the next step. Our next step is make a user and assign quota limit for that particular user. So for this we have to firstly make a user first. Okay, so I make a user name Bob, you can go with anyone, and assign the password. So I assign the password Bob1212. Okay, it's a small password, but that's sufficient for me. Okay, now point is how we are going to set the quota limit for this user. So for this I use the command ed quota. Ed quota means add quota -u and the username. If you want to go with the group, suppose you have a group and you want to assign the quota for group for particular group, so you can go with ed quota -g and the group name, whatever the group name you have assigned. And so by this way you can assign a quota limit for the particular group. So in my case I am using with user, so add quota -u and the username is Bob. So once I press enter, it open a enter kind of environment where we have it says that this quota for user Bob UID is 1001 and the file system, and here we have blocks quota as well as inode quota. So as I told you earlier that we have assigned two types of quota. That first one is a block limit where we can say storage limit, or second one is the inode, or we can say the file limit. So where we can set how many maximum number of files user can make on this mounted file system. Okay, but apart of that we have a few more options, that is soft and hard. Look at that, soft and hard, soft and hard. So soft and hard, this is the limit option. So what does it meaning of hard and soft? So hard limit means this is the limit define the absolute maximum amount of the disk space that a user or group can use. Once this limit reached, no further disk space can be used. Okay, and the soft limit, this is used for the warning message, that is that you are going to exceed your limit. It is just a print the warning message. This warning message level is used to inform that the user that they are nearing their limit. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I am set the block limit range from 250 MB to 350 MB, and file size limit is 5 to 10. So let's see, I go to the soft part, say 250 to hard is maximum 350 MB, and similarly in the soft you can make 5 to maximum 10. Okay, now save and quit from there. Okay, so it means user can use maximum 300. If I open it one more time, so it says that user can use maximum 350 space, and maximum he can make 10 number of files in this quota partition. Okay, once he reached his soft limit, either block limit or inode limit, he will get some warning messages. Okay, so let's verify the status one more time. So again I have to quit from there and run report quota -v and the use and the mounted point /stat. So look at that, this is block limits and these are my file limits, both are clearly indicate. Okay, so this is how you can assign a quota limit for a particular user. Now move to the next step, and the next step is give a particular user to a write permission on mounted partition so that he can make the files. So for this we have the option, we can go with chmod command or we can assign with the ACL utility. So I prefer ACL, so give the user to write permission. I use set facl -m modifying u for which user, this is Bob, and the permission is rwx, and where I set /test directory or mounted point. Okay, now using get facl I can view that whatever the permission assigned in that particular folder or mounted point. So look at that, user Bob have got the full right. Okay, now the final step, time to check our quota feature. So for this let me log in with user first. So I go with su command, go with Bob, go to the particular location, that is test, and here I have to check. So what I'm going to do, I make a file using touch command. So go touch file, say 1 to 10.txt. okay, no issue, it's created successfully. But the point is that what happened when I try to make a file number 11. So let's see, touch file 11, sorry, command is wrong, touch file 11. Oops, I got a message, Dix code exited. Similarly, what happens, suppose if I try to make a directory mkdir, again I got the error. Now see what happened if I try to make a new file on directory, I got the error because the maximum file size limit is set to the only 10. So it means user cannot make more than 10 file or directory. So this is my quota is working on particular location. Okay, so this is how my inode limit work in this quota partition. In the similar way, suppose if I want to use more than 350 MB storage space, it will give me an error that I can't use more than my storage hard drive limit, so which is maximum is 350. So let's check and verify my block quota hard drive limit or hard disk limit or hard limit works or not. So for this what I'm going to do, I remove everything and it's blank, and let's try to make a file which is more than 350 MB. okay, so let's see what happened. So if I go with dd command, disk duplicator, and say dev0, make a file, file name is say Yahoo, and the block size is, I said go with 1 MB, and count. So count maximum limit is 350 MB, but I said 400 MB. Let's see what happened. So when I press enter, take some time. Okay, again I got the error, Dix code exited. So look at that, I got the message Dix code exited because if I check the files, if I check the file system size, Yahoo, it is fixed 350 MB. Even I give the file size 400 MB, but I can't make it because block hard limit is set for the maximum is 350 MB. So in this way I set the limit for Bob user that he is not used more than 350 MB storage, and I also set the file limit that is maximum is 10. Okay, so this is how we can use Dix quota feature in RHEL 8. And finally guys, this is the end of this topic also. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned new things. Soon I will come up with new interesting topic. Till then keep practicing. If you feel something I have missed or you want to know more something else, please leave your comment and subscribe my YouTube channel for more updates. If you like this video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon button for the latest update. Thanks for sharing. Stay safe and goodbye.